with another edition of the NFL Talks. Going to be doing some predictions for the 2023 season. Going to be doing this with a bunch of friends, as you can see on screen. We got marfman1o1, HollyRumble, shilOMG, ItsJohnnyRose, and somewhere sleeping about is my cat Sunday, who is in the corner as well. We're going to be going through each and every one of the games in the 2023 season, trying to predict who wins each one and how everything's going to play out in the end. Hope everyone has a lot of fun. We're going to be trying to do like 5 minutes for each week, and then at the end we'll be handling the playoffs as well as any major awards and anything else that we have time for, honestly. Going to be 2 hours of fun and mayhem. Well, hopefully not so much mayhem. But yeah, hope you all enjoy this video. Make sure to follow all these wonderful people as well. And let's get ready for this wonderful ride.
As well, so
Yeah.
we
Hello.
shored up our defensive line.
Hello, Nate.
Hello.
Oh, we lost Holly.
Oh, bye.
Okay, Holly's back.
Only wandering
I'm
away.
wireless.
Got tethered.
Darn, I wish I was wireless. This thing gets cut on my desk here so much.
I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you,
Cut off
the
the wire,
wireless,
Nate.
the wireless gang is where
Hello.
it's
Come on.
Hi, Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Hello. Hey.
at. Shiloh, I have a question. Wire or no wire?
What?
For your headset. Wire or no wire?
Oh, I don't have a headset in right now.
Oh. Well, would
So
you be wired or
wireless.
not? Okay.
Oh,
Respect.
I would prefer wireless, but I have wired.
Oh.
There you go.
You're in the Nate camp. I'm sorry.
What's that mean? Hold on.
You have a wired headset.
It's
sounds
just because
so
it's the cheapest thing for me. It's the main reason I have it.
Like we can do this all game, all stream long, no issues. Nate, walk towards your door.
No. My ass is too fat for stream to handle.
Ah.
Sure, Nate, sure.
Sunday, can you confirm?
He's asleep right now.
Oh
All right,
yeah, I forgot about the
talk.
stream setup. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I guess Sunday cam, kind of.
Yeah.
Sunday
Oh, yeah.
just
Everyone ready to handle some of this? Take on
Absolutely.
all this fun?
Let's get going.
All right. Hope everyone's good to go. I already did my introductions for everyone. Do any of you need to introduce us still?
Yeah, it's fine.
Johnny, Holly, Marv, Shiloh, Nate.
Everyone's name.
No,
rhymes.
sorry. Special guest Holly.
Special
Yeah,
guest.
special guest joining us this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the odd number. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we needed the tiebreaker, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, we needed a tiebreaker, even though it may not be a tiebreaker. It may
Nate's
just be
coin
more
flipping hand was
agreement.
gonna get tired.
And I'm gonna go ahead and get our 5 minutes on the clock. We're gonna go ahead through this first week of games, as you can see on the screen right now. All right, for the first week, for the opener, we have the Chiefs beating the Lions unanimously. I wonder why.
Hmm.
Falcons over Panthers, Ravens over Texans, Bengals over Browns, Jags over Colts, Vikings over Buccaneers, Saints over Titans, Niners over Steelers, Commanders over Cardinals, Packers over Bears, Broncos over Raiders, Dolphins over Chargers, Eagles over Patriots, Seahawks over Rams, Cowboys over Giants for Sunday nights, and a Monday night game, Bills beating the Jets. Some of these are also unanimous. Some of these are pretty split. Anyone have anything they'd like to point out in the 4 minutes?
Hey, Johnny.
What's up?
Sunday night game, huh?
What? What do you want from me?
The only one out of the 5 of us that thinks the Giants are gonna beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you know
yes.
that we don't?
What do I know that you don't?
Yeah.
I think that he got paid a lot of money. Daniel Jones needs to prove himself. That's the biggest thing. He's
You
gonna
think
have
he's
to.
gonna do it week 1 at Sunday Night Football?
Yeah.
Against
Against
the
the Cowboys?
Okay, no, hear me out. All right. Hear
I'm
me out.
trying to. It's pretty hard.
No, hear me out. If Eli can win them 2 Super Bowls, I think Daniel Jones can beat a team
Well-
that hasn't been relevant since the 90s.
Their defense won them too.
Yeah, Eli didn't win.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm
didn't
I'm
shit.
sorry. Who threw the ball that helped make that catch happen?
Who
Was
made
it
the
the
catch happen
defense?
is the
Yeah, the
better
one who
question.
made the catch is more impressive than Eli. That was a
No,
terrible
I'm
throw.
sorry. I'm sorry. Have you seen where he gets away with from 3 different defenders to throw the ball?
I've seen
think.
Tony Romo do that too. You know, it's not special.
Okay, do me a favor. Go to his trophy case. Show me the Super Bowl ring.
It's hard to win.
Donnie
with
being the
Jason
person trying to get Eli into the Hall of Fame.
Eli's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. What do you mean?
He's the most
500
paid quarterback of all time.
He can say
Career
my
record 500.
he could say my brother's in there and he's halfway there. I'm just saying. I'll be the odd man out. I don't mind.
I mean, if we're
No,
gonna
this
talk
is
about people being on their own island, we got someone alone for 2 other games. Our special guest believing in their Steelers against the Niners, a Shanahan with months to prepare, and
And no
also
Nick
the only one
Bosa.
believing the Raiders can beat the Broncos at home.
I mean, I could see that one happening.
I mean, yeah, that one's
Yeah, I
weird
think-
enough to happen, honestly.
No, just the first week one with the Steelers. Like, I could see that one happen. I don't think it will, but it could.
It's gonna be
I-
interesting.
I
Not
am always terrified of Christian McCaffrey. I feel like Christian McCaffrey and Debo
Well, this is-
Samuel is the most ridiculous duo that every other team allows
This
to
is
happen.
also
in the NFL.
this is also week 1, so it's the only time McCaffrey's going to be healthy.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's-
let's get a little more emphasis on it. It's the only time the entire Niners team is going to be healthy.
That's fair. They'll
There's
have
For the
all
first
of their
quarter,
like,
quarterbacks.
first quarter alone.
yeah, I
Honest-
mean, put up
Honest
40 in the
question.
first quarter, call it a season.
I
Honest
do have to
question.
mention. Oh, okay, I'll mention my thing first. That this is the first home opening game the Steelers have had in 6 years. So
Wow.
Interesting.
the crowd is going to be in the game. So
All
I
6
think
of 'em.
that's going to be a little. Sure, tell yourself that. All 6 rings, you mean?
Set myself up for that one. I'll see that.
Uh-oh.
There you go. Whoops.
Yeah, listen, every AFC North team, especially now that the Bengals are relevant, they all show up, no matter how good or bad those teams are. Except for the Bengals, because
So I don't wish this upon the
we
Niners
go.
or any quarterback. When do we see Sam Darnold play? Is the biggest thing.
probably week 1. I don't think Brock Purdy's gonna be ready.
Yeah, that's what the biggest thing is. Like, I don't see Purdy being ready, and I think Sam is gonna have to try and lead this team, or just McCaffrey go, and then go from there.
You just do what Jimmy G did and just hand the ball off to McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell 20,000 times.
Yeah, or again Debo in the backfield.
Yeah, it's like they don't necessarily need a quarterback to be like the best. They just someone to give the ball to other people.
Yeah.
Also,
imagine-
I have one more input for this. Shout out to my mom watching from home, yelling at me for picking the Giants over the Cowboys.
Love you, mom.
Shout out to that. Yeah.
Hey,
Like, have I
Thanks.
taught you nothing? And I'm like, well. So shout out to that.
I've got another 20 seconds if there's anything else anyone wants to bring in real quick.
I think the
I was-
Titans might win.
They're a question mark. Now that they do have Hopkins, they've got at least someone who can run it and catch it.
I don't trust
I'm
Hopkins.
still so hesitant on that because of just what happened the last time they did this with Julio Jones.
Don't you
Alright,
bring him
Is-
up.
Yep.
That's
Is it gonna
that's
happen
time
again?
now.
All right.
That's true.
All right, moving on to week 2, where Thursday night we have the Eagles beating the Vikings, Packers over Falcons, Bills over Raiders, Bengals over Ravens, Lions over Seahawks, Colts over Texans, Chiefs over Jags, Buccaneers over Bears, Chargers over Titans, Giants over Cardinals, Niners over Rams, Jets over Cowboys, Broncos over Commanders, Dolphins over Patriots, Saints over Panthers, and another Monday night game, Steelers over Browns.
I can see that. Yeah.
I have one question looking at this. It's just the Rams. Excuse me.
Wait, the Rams over who?
Oh no,
Cowboys?
no, I didn't have
No.
the Rams over. I just thought that's gonna be a point when the Rams have enough people around before they trade everyone for picks and money that they'll
We don't
actually
know
be
how
able
to
to
beat
win.
the Niners in the regular season. They're like the last few years
McVay
have been-
has Shanahan's number for some goddamn reason.
the Niners always win like against the Rams in the regular season. It's weird. I don't.
You mean the other way?
Thoughts?
Isn't it the other way around?
I could have sworn it's because like Jimmy G was like undefeated against the Rams when he was there.
Oh,
He
in
was,
which case
yeah.
that's definitely a wrong pick.
Oh. I think the only one they lost was like playoff one, maybe.
Playoffs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
I'm also looking at that Sunday night game. I think I only had the Patriots beating the Dolphins because that's a game where I bumped the Patriots up to make sure to get to 7 wins because it's like I can't imagine Belichick with less than that.
How
Yeah.
dare you? How dare you?
I feel
Listen,
like Belichick.
everyone gets
is,
old, you know.
Yeah, Belichick is the best against his division rivals as well, though. So
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
could very much see that going either way.
I can see him like just shutting down that passing game with, and make that the game Christian Gonzalez gets talked about as potential defensive rookie of the year.
And I forget who I was talking about this with. I think you were in the call of Discord is when I mentioned it, Mark. But well, I'm looking at the schedule, just looking at the Ravens Bengals. I just went with every home
Oh,
team
yeah.
to
You did
North
say that,
because they
yeah.
split last year.
Mhm.
Like, we'll do it again.
I think
Sure.
like everybody in AFC North went like 3-3 last year.
yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So I just did that
Holly,
again.
Holly,
What was it?
why Vikings over Eagles? What's going on?
Why Vikings over the Eagles?
What's going on?
I just that Justin Jefferson influence. It got me on this one.
Am I
think
the
the
only
Vikings-
one who doesn't?
I'm still gonna do well.
Am I the only one that understands the Vikings are rebuilding?
I like Holly. I like Holly a lot.
I know that the Vikings' weakness now is going to be their depth at cornerback, since they lost like 3 or 4 guys, I think.
It's their whole defense is their weakness. It's worse
Oh yeah,
than the
and they
Falcons
lost
had
Darius
last year.
Smith.
And
They
the
lost a
Vikings
lot.
already had one of the worst defenses last year.
Oh, and they lost Cook too. They lost a lot.
And also, the Eagles have 90% of their team from last year still.
Yeah.
Like they're still in Super Bowl form.
Yeah, they worked for the Bucks when they brought out their whole roster. Remember?
Well, all right.
Just like the Rams.
Yeah, it's the Rams.
We don't need to talk about it anymore. It's fine.
The game that I found hardest to decide on this week was probably Bears at Buccaneers at home.
Oh yeah, that's
'Cause,
so
like,
weird.
Yeah.
For me, that was actually pretty easy to pick that because I mean, the Bears are a mess at the moment, and then even if Baker is mediocre at best, you've still got the weapons on offense to get it done because they did it with Jameis Winston, and the defense
No.
is still mostly there. So it's like they're overall a better team.
They have those loud cannons to distract.
God.
Yeah, I just feel like that game's gonna be one. The Bears probably still wouldn't have their defense up to an okay standard that they're hoping for. So Baker's gonna do that thing where he's against a terrible defense. He's gonna look like the top 10 quarterback that week before he plummets again, like he did with the Browns.
Yeah, until
As long as Mike Evans on the field, that team's gonna be okay.
oh yeah, they
That's
have a
fair.
rude awakening
Okay.
with the
Evans.
Eagles in week 3.
Constant 1,000 yards.
Okay, that's actually pretty much about time for this. as
Yeah.
Well.
Cool,
Alright,
cool.
let's move on to week 3 now, where we're gonna be seeing an anomaly that's not gonna pop up too much, by the way.
Hmm.
Where there's a lot of consensus picks,
Oh, yeah.
and
The
Niners
three
over
that I-
Giants, Ravens over Colts, Browns over Titans, Lions over Falcons, Packers over Saints, Jags over Texans, Dolphins over Broncos, Chargers over Vikings, Jets over Patriots, Bills over Commanders, Seahawks over Panthers, Cowboys over Cardinals, Chiefs over Bears, Steelers over Raiders, Eagles over Buccaneers, Bengals over Rams. Which one of these unanimous picks is not going to be right?
God.
I will say what my favorite thing about this week is I picked Holly's team to win, Shiloh's team to win, Marf's team to win, Nate's team to win. My team loses. You don't pick the Lions.
Don't worry about it.
I don't even know. It's like it seems like such a cut and dry week.
I will say I think a game that's probably gonna be closer for some reason is going to be, and again, I think it's gonna be Giants and 49ers.
Wait a minute.
I think
I
that's the
think,
biggest
I think
one.
there's a chance for the one that we all picked that could go the other way, because although they are in Vegas now, but the Steelers have had a time attempting to beat the Raiders when the Raiders are the home team.
This is true.
That was with Oakland, so who knows with Vegas?
Yeah.
I do say, Zufia brought up a good point in chat, that for the Jets, we're very much assuming that Rodgers is going to, 1, be good, and 2, mesh well with the team.
I would just
Yeah.
assume Rodgers is going to be okay enough that Garrett Wilson drags him even further.
Mhm.
Is Brees Hall back, by the way, or
Not
is
yet.
there
Yes.
just lying?
Wait, is he?
Not
Oh,
yet.
yeah, he kind of is.
So
He
it's,
just didn't get limited though those first
questionable.
2 weeks.
so
Yeah.
it's going to be a potential tandem backfield. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
probably by week 4, Brees Hall can take that,
They
the
have-
firm control over it again.
They're the ones that is going to be the hardest to draft for running backs.
Yeah.
Just because they literally have 3 people that started last year, basically.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where do you give Brees Hall the full load again when he comes back, or do you split? It's just hard to say because you don't want him to be the revolving door.
I forget who was saying it, but people were saying that I don't know when the NFL, like, all but 4 of the teams decided to do running back by committee.
Yeah.
It seems like every team now
Which
just
is
has
easier.
no
You
number
don't
one
have
guy.
to pay the money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's that, and there's also the idea of like being less predictable and workload balance to make sure your stars don't burn out.
Mhm.
I mean, I get it, but
Those
at the same
big
time, it
guys, you know.
sucks for fantasy. Running
They
backs have
just-
been so bad in fantasy the past like 3 years.
But it's something we're just gonna have to deal with at this point.
Less
which is-
predictable with your run game. What's that?
God.
Oh.
Well, don't
Hey,
worry
you
about
still
that
have
anymore.
you
Shiloh.
still have 4 handed off to 20. I'll still cheer every time that happens.
I still wish the Eagles would
God, I
have had
didn't even
the
realize that.
Taylor
Holy
Swift
shit.
connection.
Oh, I mean, they did have last year. The Cowboys had the Ezekiel and the meme where he's like, "What's your name, Ezekiel?" Well, fuck you, Ezekiel.
I just realized
What's
looking
your
at this, the only
Tell
one
me.
who doesn't ever like break from the consensus is Marf on this week. Everyone else appears once.
I call it like I see it.
I was very tempted to put Rams over Bengals just because of the Super Bowl, and they beat them the last time they played too. I think last year when they played, was it the Rams over the Bengals? I can't remember.
I just feel like there's been a lot of shakeups for both teams recently, so tradition's
Yeah.
not gonna necessarily help here.
Brief point. Holly mentioned that they've got like 3 potential. Oh no, I'm thinking about the Patriots. Never mind. I was going to mention Zeke. I'd count as like half a starter, but no.
Alright, less than a minute to go. I know. I mean, the Saints Packers one. That's a toss-up. I don't think that's weird. Falcons Lions probably more of a toss-up depending on how the Falcons start their offense.
I hope Johnny's right for Titans versus Browns.
Listen, for karma's sake, I would prefer that. But
Right.
I went through this being like, fuck, it's probably gonna be at least an okay version of Watson going on.
Cleveland's gonna win a handful of games. They're gonna be upsets for a few games, I think.
I think Cleveland's going to be bad, but I had to go into these with just like the assumption, okay, Deshaun's going to be, just average, and like they're still going to win quite a bit if he's just average.
Right.
That's
That's
what I
time.
hope is the biggest thing. It's just like I hope they lose, but I know they're gonna win games. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Alright, week 4 now. Starting off Thursday nights, Lions over Packers. Then the first London game, we decided to go with Jags over Falcons. Bills over Dolphins, Vikings over Panthers, Bears over Broncos, Browns over Ravens, Steelers over Texans, Colts over Rams, Saints over Buccaneers, Eagles over Commanders, Bengals over Titans, Chargers over Raiders, Cowboys over Patriots, 49ers over Cardinals, Sunday night, Chiefs over Jets, and Monday night, Seahawks over Giants. I honestly didn't think people were going to be, the split makes sense, but I didn't think there'd be 3 people all being like Browns can beat the Ravens at home. It's just like, Lamar has their number, but this is at home. It'll get weird.
Like I said, I just picked whoever the home team was for any of the AFC North.
I do say that the Ravens are going to be better than people think they are.
Oh, for
I
sure,
think the Ravens are
100%.
I mean, I told Johnny this before stream. I think their wide receiver room's gotten a little overhyped because it's not like they're at the Bengals level. They're still hanging around with the Browns, and both teams are just a little bit below the Steelers too.
It's
I
definitely
disagree, but whatever.
It's definitely going to be unless the Bengals run away with it, I think it's going to be a photo finish. I'm excited.
I'm honestly very excited for each of the top 3, even pushing to 4 with some of the AFC North teams. Like
It's going to be a very close division, I think, from top to bottom.
I feel like the AFC North has some of the best quarterback and wide receiver, like just talent and rooms.
Arguably the best running back for one of those teams, at least.
Two of the best pass rushers in the league as well on the defense side.
Yeah.
And then I think the Ravens have one of the best linebacker rooms as well.
Yeah, although who knows how far a linebacker room can carry you anymore.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
They still have QB talent. That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Very few of these were full consensus for week 4.
I feel like I'm
there's
gonna
only
be
3
higher
games
than
that
the
are
Falcons than
consensus.
Johnny.
I mean, the
What do
ones
you
that
want from me, Nate? What do you want from me?
The ones that are full
All right.
consensus, I mean, it's just those are going to be blowout games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would like to see Showtime Rodgers for that Sunday night game. It's Mahomes' magic. Wardle.
Fuck it, Kelsey's down there somewhere.
They
Mhm.
he literally goes sideways to win games when there's millions of people watching. So
Yeah.
I think
Quite
I
literally.
don't know. Let's
There's just a couple QBs like that who really just figured out in the last 2 minutes.
Mhm.
For the
Yeah.
I
last
think
30
Kirk is the
seconds.
same way too.
Yeah, god damn it, I was about to say it too.
Funny.
I'm very happy. I was honestly expecting me to be on more of an island with a lot of these. I'm happy.
Well, you kind of are for a couple teams in
That's
particular.
listen. I'll back it up. It's fine. All right.
I feel. Wait, am I the one that's broke from consensus? No, Holly and I both broke from consensus a lot on this week. Looking at it,
Three of the 5 teams in here make the playoffs, so it's fine. I'm not gonna say who. Good job, Nate and Marv, and myself.
Oh, okay.
I think also like looking at that Jags Falcons game, I think I only had the Falcons winning just because I believe Arthur Smith is more familiar with travel, being the heir to FedEx.
True. And they play week 5 there too.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have 2 weeks, and I think they won their game when they traveled over there last year.
They did. Yeah, that was Kyle Pitts' only touchdown.
Rip.
I really
Not
want
even in the
Pitts to be good.
States.
I drafted Pitts in my first fantasy league. I want him to be good.
This will
Yeah,
be the year.
same. This will be the year, or else.
What do I gotta do?
It's better than be the year for Johnny. It's gonna be Johnny's last.
Wow.
I don't think it's too weird for Marv to go Rams over Colts because who knows what that match would actually look like.
Yeah.
Raiders
honestly.
Chargers I can see being weird just because it's a divisional matchup, so I don't blame. Yeah, Holly
Mhm.
makes sense there, honestly too. The Raiders beat the Chiefs a couple years ago when they were so
Yeah.
much worse.
Yep.
The Chargers,
Anything can
like,
happen.
I feel like they're usually like pretty consistent, but when they have bad games, it's against people you don't expect, and it's bad. So I'm like, I feel like the Raiders, they're in the division. Chargers Stadium is very unbiased. So
Yeah.
It really is, and it's sad.
Okay, let's get to week 5 now. Thursday night is the Bears over the Commanders, and then going into the next week of London, we have the Bills over the Jaguars. Wow, one of those teams actually being the London team.
That's really sad that the Jags have found a second home in another country.
yeah.
We have the Falcons over the Texans, the Lions over the Panthers, Titans over the Colts, Dolphins over the Giants, Patriots over the Saints, Steelers over the Ravens, Bengals over Cardinals, Eagles over Rams, Jets over Broncos, Vikings over Chiefs, Niners over Cowboys, Packers over Raiders. I want the people who pick the Vikings to defend themselves. How can you believe Kirk Cousins is better than Mahomes? That is
I
what
didn't
I'm
say
boiling this
that.
down
I
to.
just said the Vikings are gonna win.
No.
No.
This is only QB matchups when it comes to this stuff.
The Chiefs have to lose.
You would like that, wouldn't
sometimes.
you, Nate?
Nah.
The
Neither one of these
entire-
teams has necessarily the best defense, so it is going to come down to quarterback play, and Mahomes is just going to blow them out of the water.
I
It'll be a
look
50-2
for
win for them.
I look for record-setting points that game.
Honestly, yeah, I can see it.
Cocoa Chains will return.
I think it's going to be a thing where the Chiefs are going to be down by too much late in the game for even Mahomes to bring it back.
Holly, have you seen the
never gonna be
the
losing that
script
game.
writing video where it's like Kirko wakes up dripping like this, and he's wearing the full-on chain? That's why I want the Vikings to be good. I want Kirk to accomplish something in his career.
I'd be surprised if the Vikings finish above 500.
Oh,
Justin
you're wrong.
Jefferson is going to look like he should be the MVP again. The
It's-
Vikings are still going to be bad. Worse than last season.
It's gonna be like Hopkins
Disagree.
on the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's one of those things where who else wins that division though?
I mean, the
Like-
Lions.
I
We
mean,
talked about that when we were going over that
Yeah.
division.
Yeah,
it's a tight one.
it's a tight one between those two, but
It's
I
a
don't.
tight one at the bottom.
Also the Packers, if they are, Jordan Love's actually good.
Jordan Love just needs to be okay. That's all he needs to do. Because even like when Rodgers was there last year, he was awful, but they still won the division.
I think the biggest
Or
gripe
no, they didn't. The Vikings did. Never mind. My bad.
for the Packers, besides the QB play, I think their next biggest gripe is going to be losing their top 2 wide receivers and their tight end. So they do have a lot of young pieces, so they could be really good if if Dobbs and
God,
Watson.
Dobbs
Yeah.
is supposed to be real good.
Dobbs
pop
is supposed to
off.
be good.
yeah.
I'm just looking at the thing about the Packers, looking at that Monday night game, trying to remember why I picked the Raiders. I think it was just like I felt like they had to get a win somewhere every now and then.
Nate's
I
like,
have a-
what week? What week? This one. Fuck it.
I mean, that was kind of how it was for me for some of them, honestly.
That one.
Nate messaged me, was like, hey, can you have this done by like 2:00? And I'm like, sure. Bam, 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 bam. Could probably win this week. Bam, 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 bam. Johnny, you missed one. Raiders
But
still
honestly-
lose, Nate. We're moving on.
There's a few of like the complete consensus ones that could go either way. Like Lions, Panthers, Saints,
Bengals,
Patriots,
Cardinals.
honestly.
The Panthers?
And then like even the Niners Cowboys games, like it's probably going to be the Niners, but I can see the Cowboys still winning.
Yeah, because it's always going to be one of those things where, and this is me, and this is Shiloh, and this is anyone else here. You want your team to win more games than they should.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. It's like, it might be
Yeah.
50-50 or 75-25. You're like, but they're mine. I want them to win.
Oh, that was me back when I was an actual Browns fan those last couple years, buying into the hype, being like, oh, they could be like 12 or 13 win teams, challenge the Chiefs. And Bills.
year.
No.
You guys did, and then the backup came in and was like, watch this throw.
Also, that goddamn no call on the head-to-head that should have been called completely changed the outcome.
Nate, come
That
on. The
was against the
referees
backup,
don't-
so it wouldn't have felt good.
It did,
Nate,
though. It did change that
Nate. The refs take the day off in the playoffs. Look at the Saints.
Yeah.
Clean hit, by the way. Fully clean. Fully perfectly fine.
But
Clean
on
hit.
this last 20
Yeah.
seconds, Johnny, never mind.
What's up?
Your pick for the Ravens on the Steelers makes sense. Divisional
Yeah, yeah.
matchup.
I can see that.
It's like, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
It's like, Johnny, never mind, fuck you.
And it's not like
I
one of
can't-
them is necessarily overly better than the other either.
No,
No.
that entire division is going to be whoever's left standing at the end of the year after the fucking 4-way brawl happens. I'm sorry, 3-way
But
brawl
it's-
it's the meme of the guy doing like meth or weed in the background as like the people are fighting. That's
Yeah.
going to be the Browns.
All right, let's move on to week 6 now as we begin with a who knows how this Thursday matchup is actually going to go. Chiefs over Broncos. Then back in the UK we go for the Ravens to beat the Titans.
Yeah, Ravens.
We have Commanders over Falcons, Vikings over Bears, Bengals over Seahawks, Niners over Browns, Saints over Texans, Jags over Colts, Dolphins over Panthers, Buccaneers over Lions, Patriots over Raiders, Rams over Cardinals, Eagles over Jets, Bills over Giants for Sunday, and Chargers over Cowboys for Monday. I will say my Browns pick was just because they were coming off a buy-in at home, and that's typically when that team is typically the one that actually wins. I just went like the Niners are the better team. Browns fucking get a win somehow though.
Yep, I did that for that exact same reason because Deshaun Watson is annoyingly good at avoiding the sack. So I think that it's just, even if the Niners have paid Bosa by then, I think he might have it just because that week of rest. Ooh, I'm curious why you called the Colts over the Jags.
It's like, honestly, it's Jacksonville. They don't win in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Nate.
I just remember, boy, I keep on forgetting for the AFC South which way it is for all those teams because they're just cursed depending on the stadium they're in.
That's a game I think
I
Colts fans are going to try and forget for a long time, is that last game in Jacksonville.
Yeah. I just think, I'm trying to remember like my reasoning for this. It might have been, it was part because, it's Jacksonville being tired and trying to acclimate back to their own stadium from being 2 weeks in England, and just being like, it'll get funky for them just because they're coming back from all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason. The Jags are still a better team.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to consider, though.
I don't think that matters when the Colts have like one player.
Yeah.
It's the new one. It's Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Richardson's like, he got
Alright,
drafted.
well-
That seems like we got Jonathan Taylor. This offense is gonna be humming. What, he wants to leave?
Oh,
what?
It's gonna be funny when Jonathan
I
Taylor
don't
doesn't
think
play
the
one
lack
snap
of-
this year.
I don't think the lack of offensive talent on the Colts matters when they're facing the Jags defense. They have Josh Allen at edge, and that's it.
I'm just saying, like, overall, it's like he was coming into a team that has a weapon and he could make plays potentially, and it's just like, now he wants out. He's not gonna play.
2 weapons. Pittman's still there.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I do
just
like Pittman.
but it's one of those things where he can opt out of the play entirely and just give it to Taylor is the biggest
True.
thing, or just dump it off to Taylor. But now now you don't have that. Now you're being forced to make plays when you shouldn't.
What's going to be good for him is as long as that line is healthy, that is the best line in the league.
Oh, and they
problem is that
also come back from form from whatever the fuck happened last year.
Yeah, exactly. They were like dead. They were out of form. It was just a shit show.
Yep, and their right guards are French and Fries, so best right guard room in the league.
I genuinely think that line is sick and tired of having different quarterbacks come in, and I think if they can get their shit together, they'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Because I imagine the defense, offense, everyone on that team's getting tired of the revolving door of quarterbacks.
They have Shane Steichen too, so
That's true.
Yeah, you should know how to handle a mobile QB. He coached up Jalen Hurts after all.
Yeah.
Love Jalen Hurts.
It's okay.
All right, I don't think I should feel too shamed for giving Cardinals their only win of the season for me against the Rams.
I guess
Just because
not.
It's not far
yeah,
fetched. They're both going to be
it's,
bad.
it's more difficult to go without a win than it is to only have one win after all.
True.
That's fair.
You have to get it somewhere.
No.
No. Yeah, you don't have to.
No, you don't have to. It's gonna be crazy when there's 2 teams again that don't have a win this entire year. Sorry, Raider Nation.
Raiders have that. They'll steal a couple wins in there.
Yeah, just because that'll be those weeks Jimmy G is okay enough.
Yeah. He'll just do what he did in San Francisco. Just hand the ball off to Josh Jacobs a bunch.
By the way, I am a little
He's not gonna be
scared.
healthy.
I am a little scared of that Thursday night game just because the Broncos somehow got closer than they should have against the Chiefs this last season.
I mean, I'm fine with the Chiefs losing. I just don't think they will.
Yeah. I just think it'll be a close, strangely close game.
We'll see the power of Sean Payton in that game.
P money.
All right, week 7 time. Here we go. As we start the week off, the Jaguars take on the Saints and win. We have the Ravens beating the Lions, Bears over Raiders, Browns over Colts, Bills over Patriots, Giants over Commanders, Buccaneers over Falcons, Steelers over Rams, Seahawks over Cardinals, Broncos over Packers, Chiefs over Chargers, Eagles over Dolphins on Sunday, and Niners over Vikings for Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny, you have to explain to Mark why you have the Dolphins winning.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can
You
see it.
guys, listen.
With what quarterback?
Listen,
It's week 7. 2 is out already.
Speed.
Hey, he's rolling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, choo.
Here's the thing. Ramsey's gonna finally be back. Speed, hope, left-handedness, grit, determination.
You trying to talk speed against the Eagles?
Left-handed.
I also think you guys have to lose sometime, Mark. You can't go undefeated.
I mean,
Fuck you.
they've got Tyreek Hill. That's all you need for speed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
The offense can fumble the ball, and Tyreek Hill's like, "I'll just take it the rest of the 80 yards we need to. It's whatever."
Honestly.
Boo.
Oh, God.
I'm just more upset that you guys said Bucks over Falcons. I'll be honest.
In Tampa? No, I can see it.
Why do you?
Hey, I
hate me?
joined you, Johnny.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
I just think the Buccaneers have a better team. It's just
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Just
I get
how
it.
it works,
I get
Johnny.
it.
Don't worry about it.
Shut up, Marv.
Hey, Johnny, we're gonna get to another point where you take the Giants over the Cowboys again.
Oh no,
So,
we'll get there eventually.
yeah.
Well,
That,
it's gonna be a big consensus of the Cowboys lose.
All right. Also, for that Monday night game, Mark and Holly, was yours forgetting about Kirk Cousins in primetime, or believing that Justin Jefferson will carry Kirk over the finish line?
Piggyback him.
I think it's just that the 49ers need to lose more than they are.
Listen, Kirk Cousins
Not gonna
after
lose
dark.
more. The Niners have an easy schedule. It's weird.
I think they're still gonna. I mean, I don't know. They're still a playoff team, but I don't know. I'm not as high on the Niners as a lot of other people are this year.
That's fair.
I mean,
I want them to do as bad as I want you guys to do bad. But I don't think either one of you guys
That's
are
fair.
going to.
I want to drop my fidget toy.
I mean, my belief in the Niners isn't based off of talent; it's based off of Shanahan. I'll fully admit that.
It's that they've proven that even when they get banged up, they can still win a ton of games.
Yeah, if they are healthy for a whole season, they'll go 17-0.
Honestly, they could.
Imagine if they traded and got Lamar.
Nate, I'm just gonna put this in our group chat. You're telling me this man's gonna lose in a primetime game? Big Kirko, Nate, come on.
You're right. I'm gonna. Hey,
Nate.
this is actually coming up later. I don't have him losing all of his primetime games either, honestly.
See, this is just you just picked the wrong one, Nate. It's fine.
Or the right one.
Let's not talk about it.
Great one.
All right. I'm imagining Holly, your Cardinals winning over Seahawks is just that's a weird one. Cardinals have to get a win somewhere.
It's
Deal.
The flip, yep.
Do they though?
They have
They-
always had weird matchups, like
Mhm,
the infamous field goal miss after field goal miss tie.
mhm.
Oh God, yeah, that game.
That's one of the games that's gonna stick out in my mind because Jesus Christ, I think
I'm
both
so
kickers
waiting
lost their
more time.
jobs after that.
I'm still waiting for the Cardinals to come out of the season above 500 and just be like, huh.
Yeah, Cardinals are gonna be drafting like 13th. It's like, how the fuck did we get here?
Not only that, but the Texans will do the same things. They won't have a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
Why did the
they're gonna be.
Texans give their own pick? They should have given the Browns pick.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Nate, that's not a smart office. You know that. Come on.
They had Bill O'Brien as GM for like 5 years.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien found his way to that job and somehow tripped and fell and lost it.
And they gave it to their pastor.
Yeah.
God.
Bible Belt, baby.
I feel like a team that's not really being spoken about this year is the Saints, mostly because of how Derek Carr ended his season in Raider Nation.
I always forget who's on the Saints at this point.
Well, they have Michael Thomas back.
for
Well,
a couple weeks.
This is week. What are we on? Week 6?
Oh, we're
I
not
don't-
going until
Seven.
week 8 right now.
You're not gonna
actually.
get me to talk
Oh, it's
positive about that
probably
team
true.
ever, Holly.
I have a friend who's a big Saints fan, so every time I go over to their house, I get an earful about how good their team is.
All right, starting off week 8 on Thursday night, we have the Bills over the Buccaneers, unanimous by the way. Panthers over Texans, Cowboys over Rams, Vikings over Packers, Saints over Colts, Dolphins over Patriots, Jets over Giants, Steelers over Jaguars, Titans over Falcons, Eagles over Commanders, Seahawks over Browns, Ravens over Cardinals, Chiefs over Broncos, Bengals over Niners, And we have Chargers over Bears for Sunday, and Lions over Raiders for Monday. Those primetime games are also unanimous.
Honestly, none of these that have one person on the other side really are that far fetched either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of funny to see my name just next to the Jaguars, not the Steelers.
That's what I'm saying.
That was
There's
a-
gonna be
You're
weeks
just
where
too
you have
burned
to
by
do
that
it.
playoff run.
Yeah. It's,
I mean, you guys did have trouble beating the Jags for quite a while. For no reason.
it was weird. It was between 2008 and 2017. We lost against them so much. So I'm like,
Yeah.
they have a good team now. I feel like they have good depth at running back, and they added a veteran to their wide receiving core. So I feel like they're gonna give some
I gotta
issues.
figure out, Holly, Nate, why Commanders over Eagles?
I'm high on the Commanders.
Oh,
but
I think the Commanders are
I-
a lot better than people give them credit for.
No.
Their defensive
Also-
line's one of the
Yeah.
best in the league. Their offensive line's also good.
Yeah.
Listen,
Ma-
they're getting
Mark,
new
you
ownership.
also
It's not gonna fix
remember-
everything in one season.
Marfman1o1
You also have
is
to remember
fine.
last year because they beat you guys last year.
Or did I? Oh, yeah. I also was like,
No.
they just had a tough Sunday night game, so they're gonna come with less rest.
I'll make the argument the Eagles beat the Eagles last year in that game. There was a lot of
You're not wrong.
There was a lot of late moment penalties that kind of gave them the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I even just looking at. I even think Chiefs at Broncos isn't too far fetched. Or Holly having the Broncos because it's mile high. It's one of the
Mhm.
hardest places to play. So if any fuckery is gonna happen, it'll happen in Denver.
Scary Terry, yes, that's a problem, but I don't think that's enough of a problem.
Honestly, I don't see Terry doing that well this year. I'll be honest.
No, I think he's on his way up.
I do.
I
I
think-
think he's gonna do well too.
I think Sam Howell's going to come in with people looking at him like he's a rookie, and then he's going to play like an actual year two person who's been having the chemistry and building that up with all the new pieces they've had. So I think they're going to be underestimated, and that's going to cause some demise for other teams.
I think the
Yeah.
enemy is gonna do enough for the offense as well that it's better looking than people would think.
I will.
Yeah.
I will say not the highest onto the Commanders. I do hope Chase Young, like me and Holly were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
does well this year. Is the
Yeah, I
biggest
want
thing.
I want their players to do well. I just don't think the team as a whole is going to do well.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have the team being above 500 by any means. I
Yeah.
just think they're not gonna be a bottom tier team.
Yeah, I think they'll have like we were saying, they'll have upset wins, and
Yeah,
that can be a
that's-
building
that's
block for the
accurate.
future.
That's fair, yeah.
All right.
Also, like to clarify, yeah, Sam Howell definitely a rookie. Did play it all last year.
Except for that last game.
No, I'm sorry, they didn't have it.
Oh boy.
Speaking of rookie performances, I am kind of interested in that Texans and Panthers to see these match. But well, I know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
never actually match between QBs, but see CJ Stroud and Bryce Young head to head.
I hope that's a really good game.
Yeah.
That reason is why I picked the Texans beating them, because I want the number 2 pick to beat the number 1.
Yeah, that actually is very
fair.
likely to happen based off of records,
Right.
I believe.
Mhm.
I absolutely would rather the Texans win that. I just don't think they will. It'll be close though.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like the Texans. I don't think they're gonna be bottom tier despite whatever record they get. I think they're gonna be a more fun and competitive team than people expect.
I described them as the island of misfit toys in the NFL, because literally their starters are a rookie QB, a Titans wide receiver, a Cowboys wide receiver, Cowboys tight end, rookie left guard, a Steelers center who they didn't want this year, and a Bucks right guard.
Jesus.
And their
So-
own running back.
And those are their starters. So,
You know,
like,
based off the Panthers' offensive line, that might also be the year the game that Will Anderson goes off.
mhm,
Yeah.
very
They
much
looked
so.
at that. They looked at all these players like, we have a glue stick and we have 10 minutes, guys. We need to put a team together.
We have money.
$3.
No, they're the ones with the big check because nobody wants to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like their own QB and their own running back. Everything else from elsewhere.
I mean, Buffalo still has trouble getting people, and they're trying to go for a Super Bowl just because no one wants to be in
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, the weather there is not great, so
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
a big,
no.
big
God.
factor.
All right, week 9.
Let's do
Go
it.
ahead and check all this out. Oh boy, we're getting into some fun stuff again.
Why did you
As,
say that?
We begin Thursday night with the Steelers over the Titans. Going over to Germany, we got the Chiefs over the Dolphins. Vikings over Falcons. Ravens over Seahawks. Browns over Cardinals. Packers over Rams. Buccaneers over Texans. Commanders over Patriots. Saints over Bears, Panthers over Colts, Giants over Raiders, Eagles over Cowboys, Bills over Bengals on Sunday nights, and Chargers over Jets for Monday night. This is a very contentious week. I don't think there's only like 1 or 2 unanimous picks.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Splits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I was on the Eagles side for this one, Marv.
All right. You're clear. You pass.
Hey, so was I. So was I.
Yeah, that's even more incredible.
Dude, I like I said earlier, I have us each winning our home games against each other. So
Yeah,
Those
that's
Eagles
exactly what
fans.
I did too. It's
They
like
crazy.
I see them swapping. Eagles, Dolphins and Chiefs is gonna be an interesting game.
It will be.
I
Mhm.
think even footing, it's not a real true home game. I do think the Dolphins take that one, but it's also
It'll
a
really
toss-up.
depend who's healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
just
biggest
think-
thing.
I just expect the Chiefs to be a more battered team at this point. Just looking forward to their bye week coming up after the game, before they have to do another continuous gauntlet they're going on themselves.
Yeah,
even with all that, though, I think as long as Mahomes and Kelsey are healthy, they win that because that's just what wins them every game.
That's
Hey, and if you
sad
think of
but
it,
true.
if Chris Jones does hold out, that's going to be his fresh
True.
week 9. He said he'd hold out till late.
God.
yeah.
I just the one where the majority took it that I don't understand is it's late into the year. You're in the winter. The Commanders over the Patriots?
Patriots are just not going to be good.
I just
know,
I,
but no.
I don't think Big Mac Jones is gonna be good.
The only reason
Big man.
In Foxborough, though?
the only reason I picked Patriots over Commanders is because Sam Howell is a year 2 player. That doesn't bode well when you're against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and they didn't face him last year, did they?
Not only a rookie, but a rookie or year 2 in Foxborough in the winter. It is
Bill-
hard to win in Foxborough.
I'll say it. I'll be the odd one out here.
Here we go.
Bill's lost a step. I think he's gonna be on his way out within the next 3 years.
No,
I think he's
I
still
agree
great
with
at defense.
Maybe
I
not
think he's
3
still
years,
top
but I
tier
agree with
defense.
No, yeah, I agree.
I say maybe 5 years, but
I just think we've seen the greatness, and I think it's gonna be a slow, like, not a quick descent, but I just don't see the team. Maybe one playoff appearance over the next 5, but I just don't see them being above 500 and making the playoffs consistently, at least.
And that's the Bills, you're saying?
No, the
Bill
Bill-
Belichick.
wow.
It was like,
No. I like the
One in
Bills.
5? 1 in 5
Nate-
for the Bills, really?
Nate knows how much I like the Bills based on who wins the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
I could see them
God.
winning the Super Bowl too. I think that's what I had at least before doing these.
Cringe.
I worry that if they don't do it this year, next year, that they may be on the downtrend like the Rams.
Yeah, I do
went
too.
for it. They signed so many stars on the defense and the offense.
And they picked a really bad time to finally be good because holy fuck, the entire AFC.
So many people.
Yeah,
honestly,
said
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
By the way, my old sole defense for Titans over Steelers is just because there has to be a weird game like that on
There's-
Thursday
I could see
night.
that one.
Steelers are a better team.
Oh,
I
easily.
just
Especially under the lights.
with a better I think they both have coaches that elevate the roster better than they should be.
Mhm.
I
Also,
just think that's gonna be a weird one.
like we were also talking about this earlier, but like looking at the Cowboys Eagles, this is the beginning of that stretch where I think the NFC East is going to be won or lost for both the Cowboys and the Eagles because it's just a brutal stretch for the Eagles.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
But it's still going to be the Eagles on top of NFC East.
Well, haven't had back-to-back winners in how long?
Like what?
Doesn't
20
matter.
years?
I don't listen to history. It can't hurt me.
What was that?
No. I get it fully. I
Hard?
understand, but
Hello, hi Raiders.
it's gonna be
Welcome in.
hard for them
Welcome
to,
in.
you know,
Hope the cute
not
walk
win the
was
division.
good.
I know. All right, let's go ahead and move on now to week of 10. Oh boy, we're getting closer to Thanksgiving when football actually becomes football, according to Bill Belichick. Thursday night, we have Panthers over Bears, and then another trip to Germany with the Patriots over the Colts. We have Ravens over Browns, Bengals over Texans, Niners over Jags, Vikings over Saints, Steelers over Packers, Titans over Buccaneers, Falcons over Cardinals, Chargers over Lions, Cowboys over Giants, Seahawks over Commanders, Jets over Raiders on Sunday nights, and for Monday nights we have Bills over Broncos for a pretty split decision there.
Hey, Johnny.
What? What?
What do you think?
What?
What?
Well, yeah. What do you want from me?
Yeah. What? How about them boys, huh?
Yeah, I don't. One game I could understand. You put them for both against the Cowboys. I don't understand that.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, it's where he runs like he has nobody in front of him, and he'll still fall on his face before he reaches the end zone.
I'm gonna say this, and I'll say this now. Come back to me when they lose twice, and you can apologize. But until then,
That's not happening.
Oh, they won't. They won't.
Let
You
them
guys beat when it's the other way around.
let them play it out first. Is my biggest thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's also these 2 losses is why you guys don't make the playoffs.
That's also there's like 3 teams in the NFC,
God
and it's
damn.
we are one of them. We are not missing the playoffs. Come on,
Playoffs.
come on.
Playoffs.
I will say that I'm happy that you guys all went unanimous on the Steelers because that's the game I'm going to this year.
Hey,
Oh hell
yeah.
yeah! Go!
My first
Oh,
time
yeah.
in Pittsburgh, so I'm excited for that one.
Nice.
Proud of you.
Rematch of that Super Bowl you guys won.
I went to.
I'm still upset that Super Bowl had to be who those 2 teams because it was in our stadium, and that's who's playing there for the first
God.
time.
Right. I went 2 years ago. One of my best friends is a Packers fan, so we try to see them every time they play each other.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh.
Had to watch them lose, but got to see Big Ben's 400 tud in 2020.
Nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
That was fun.
Alright, I guess also, by the way, for picks where someone's alone, there's Holly believing in the Commanders over the Seahawks. Honestly, I feel like that's a toss-up game too. And there is Marf believing in the Saints over the Vikings.
Easy.
I can see that. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
also
I can see
honestly
it.
pretty split.
There's a lot of toss-up games that again we're all either on one side or the other, and it just all comes down to where our teams are and how players are healthy that week. So
Mhm.
Man, what a coincidence the Chiefs and the Eagles are both on a bye week this time too.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Oh god.
Could you
They
imagine-
play each other.
could you imagine if Kansas City, after flying from home, Germany to home, has to play a game that week?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
all
you can only do
worn,
that to Jacksonville.
tired. What do you mean? Jacksonville already
Well, they
has
live
2
there.
homes. Come on, yeah. That's their stadium, basically. You can't tell me otherwise.
Just move the games to where Fulham plays. I mean, he already owns both those teams.
That-
Why not?
that- It must suck, honestly, as a Jags fan when you maybe have 7 home games. When there's an added game on the season now and you're still less than average.
Funny.
Yeah. Oh,
Kind of like
God.
looking at some other games that seem interesting with the minute we still have. Ravens over Browns feels assured. If Lamar is playing and healthy, it is assured the Ravens win at home. Against the
hope he-
Browns.
I hope he finishes the season. Like,
I do
come
too.
on.
The Ravens
I
aren't
think-
fun without him.
With I feel like the Ravens have they've got a stacked receiving core, but they are the only team in the AFC North that doesn't have that chemistry of like at least a year of being on the roster.
Mhm.
So they've got to turn it on quick. But if they do, we saw how OBJ can be with a competent quarterback in Stafford. So
True.
they could.
I'm
could
sure,
go on
an
a
Ingram,
run.
a recently injured former NFC East receiver will work out well for the Ravens this time.
Yeah. Or maybe by week 11, we see footage of Lamar not being able to throw the ball that gets leaked by Odell's dad. And it's just like, oh, man, I wish I had a real quarterback.
Throw the ball to him.
Not a running back.
Why is he always running the ball and being more successful than my son? Oh. This is why I have a disdain for that man. It's just like, shut up.
Alright, week 11 now. Oh boy. This is
Great
a week,
Thursday
alright.
night.
Oh
We
yeah.
have Thursday
Hey, am I-
night.
Hold on. Am I in the majority or am I like an outlier
What do you
for
mean?
this? Like, am I in the majority? Because I need to go to the restroom is the biggest thing, or else are people gonna yell at me?
I don't think you're the minority for a lot of
Okay,
these.
good. I'm gonna go to the restroom then.
Okay.
Alright, go do it.
Alright, see. Alright, Thursday night, Ravens over the Bengals. Gonna be a good matchup. Cowboys over Panthers, Browns over Steelers, Lions over Bears, Chargers over Packers, Texans over Cardinals, Jaguars over Titans, Dolphins over Raiders, Giants over Commanders, 49ers over Buccaneers, Bills over Jets, Seahawks over Rams. We have Broncos over Vikings for Sunday night, and Chiefs over Eagles for Monday night. Another good game. Wow, what a booking for that week. Holy
Yeah, for that
hell.
Monday night game.
Imagine giving them both a bye and then telling them to play the Super Bowl
Yeah.
again.
That's why they had the one to buy, because it's the Super Bowl rematch.
I am so sad that I
Probably.
have the Chiefs winning that game. It hurt me to put down, but I think the Eagles need to lose here in order to win a rematch Super Bowl in the Super Bowl.
Oh, so you're calling Eagles Chiefs again?
I
Right
am.
back.
I am.
That has never happened in the history of the NFL.
Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
It happened once.
Has it?
It was literally the first two Super Bowls. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
like-
Oh,
that's, right.
yeah.
That's the only instance.
Yeah.
Entropy, baby. It's got to happen eventually.
Let's see now. Holly, I was surprised. I guess it's just because you're like, yeah, AFC North, split them down the middle, right? Home team
Yeah,
wins.
out of all of them, my bias usually tends to go more against the Browns. So I'm like, they have Amari Cooper, they have Donovan Peoples-Jones, they have Elijah Moore, they have always the threat of Nick Chubb, even though his running back replacement, both of them in the last couple of years have kind of moved along to try to be a starter elsewhere.
Mhm.
Chubb is just, he never gets injured. He always finds the hole. He always is like
Hey, yo.
just right behind his O lineman, so then he
Hey,
just shoots
yo.
it out. Yep. He's good at finding that hole.
Hey, fuck you, yo. It's my dog.
Oh,
He's a dog.
I see
Gonna do a
Mark
different kind of
found his
podcast.
win for the Cardinals here against the Texans.
I could
Yeah, it's
see
gonna
that. I
happen.
just don't think of that.
Both
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel teams, you know.
I'm guessing
Mhm.
Titans Shags is all because it's a weird interdivisional matchup. Intradivisional matchup.
I just think the Jags are just the better team.
Oh yeah, they should be.
Oh, you mean for Marv?
Yeah,
okay,
Marv.
never mind.
Yeah. It feels like another toss up to me. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I don't know how separate the AFC South actually is from each other, other than Trevor Lawrence is on one of the teams.
Right. So, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's gonna be a blowout by any means.
I don't think it will either.
I'm okay with my Jets over Bills just because that's another toss-up game.
Yeah,
I had
I
them-
can definitely see that.
I don't know. don't
I
think
see
the
them
Jets are gonna
taking
be
one of
that
those,
good.
but I think it's just going to be that week one game because it's they're at home, and although it is week one Rodgers, so
We've won Rogers.
I bet Rodgers will play well in this week 11 game since he's used to the cold in Lambeau.
True.
But Rodgers with the Jets. I feel like he's got that advantage of just the cold weather in his veins, but I don't know if the offensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year has gotten too like this could be one of the coldest games of the year.
Yeah.
I will say, Bills have proven that they really can't play in the cold either when it comes to big games. Is the biggest thing. Like the playoff game last
from
year.
Buffalo.
I mean, they faced Cincinnati last year and they got washed. And it was snowing. It was the elements against Cincinnati, and Buffalo couldn't do anything the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Jamar Chase walked all over them on that game.
Oh, that was a game where it's gonna be like everyone be like, "Oh yeah, it's so much snow. This has to be about the run game," and it ended up being pass heavy.
Yeah, they were like middle of the field. Okay, middle of the field. All
Joe
right,
Burrow
let's do it
said,
again.
"Fuck it, I'll fling the ball down the field," and it worked.
Joe, that's
sounds
how
like
we got
every
the
game for Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Gober.
Joe Shiest.
All right, everyone, get ready to pack your bags and visit family. Get some good old gravy as we go to the Thanksgiving week, week
Oh, yeah.
12.
Let's go.
Cozy up together as you try not to I try to wash away the sounds of your grandparents yelling about the 40s. Starting
It's okay.
at noon,
My grandparents are dead. It's fine.
starting at noon with the Lions over the Packers,
Oh,
Cowboys over Commanders, and finishing up Thanksgiving with Seahawks over Niners. Special surprise, first time this year, thanks to Amazon. Black Friday night game, Jets over Dolphins.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, the game I won't be able to watch this time, Prime.
Yeah. We have Saints over Falcons, Bengals over Steelers, Jaguars over Texans, Colts over Buccaneers, Giants over Patriots, Titans over Panthers, Rams over Cardinals, Browns over Broncos, Chiefs over Raiders, Bills over Eagles, Raiders over Chargers on Sunday night, should be fun, and Vikings over Bears Monday night. Oh yeah, I think that Monday night game I was like, this is still Kirk after dark. Bears get the win.
So
That's
funny.
fair.
Did I have Kirk? Did I actually have the Vikings lose all their primetime games? I think.
God.
Wow, Nate, come on.
Listen, there's nothing more automatic than Kirk being the worst quarterback in the league when it's past 4 p.m.
Get it, Nate. You hate Big Kirko. God, get over it.
I get it. You have a crush on Big Kirkle.
I have a crush on his
Ooh.
receiver. Okay,
Jordan Addison?
you know who I'm talking about.
Just gonna go ahead and do the gritty right now.
Why want to go number one? I need him.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that fixed in half an hour. Anyways, 3
Yeah.
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
I hate Thanksgiving. I'm gonna enjoy football. I don't care who wins.
Listen,
you go.
all that matters to me about this quote unquote holiday is food, Cowboys football. I'm gonna have a good time.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of us picked the Cowboys to win, not just because they should be the better team than Commanders, but it's Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
It is the Cowboys on
It's been a little rough as of late on Thanksgiving, to be fair. But
Yeah, you guys at one point literally gave away Ezekiel. You put him in the Salvation Army, and he's like,
he got fined for that, didn't he?
he got fined for that, and the NFL I think walked it back because it was like, oh, all right, that's charity. Fuck. Like that's literally Salvation Army, but go ahead and find the player for having fun.
Fuck the Salvation Army though.
That's fair.
It's true.
Didn't the Eagles get fined for that too? Because they like broke in and started like,
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
taking money.
That doesn't sound like them.
Oh yeah, Philly team would never do something like that.
Doesn't sound like Donovan Smith.
What? No. Not a team that would boo Santa would do that. No.
Who? What?
Fuck Stana.
Hey, we found the Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Are you did you fuck my mom, Santa?
Did you fuck my mom, Santa? Did you fuck my fucking mom, Santa?
Please.
Always sunny. Anyways, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Black Friday night game. Glad it's gonna be something that could be good with Dolphins and Jets if everyone's healthy.
I enjoy that the NFL is adopting wrestling and coming up with bullshit names for events or sports when it's the Black Friday game of the week or whatever the fuck. It's like,
Yeah.
come on now.
I can't wait for the first ever Labor Day game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I
Silliness.
just gave them an idea, Shayla. Careful.
Then there's gonna have like a special Halloween thing.
You
know?
honestly, I wouldn't be upset with the Halloween.
Well,
Yeah,
Halloween,
no-
just
oh,
do
yeah.
it. Just do another Nickelodeon game for Halloween.
I mean, Halloween
That's-
games
that's-
always.
Okay. Honest question. They're hosting the Super Bowl this year. It's gonna be hard for me not to watch it through that.
I'll
I
just
wanna
see the
see-
highlights.
I want to see Patrick
main
shit
cast.
talk the main quarterback again.
I want to say that the first time they did that with the Bears and Saints game when it was just boring. That's the only reason that game was fun to watch was because of
Yeah.
the Nick Back
Oh
cast.
yeah.
Here, Trubisky, I know you just lost, but here's this trophy.
God.
The MVP.
MVP.
Do you think the winning team got slimed at the end? I don't know that.
Probably
I don't
not.
All right.
Honestly, no.
Not actually, but like with their digital effects, maybe.
I think the best thing to come out of that was Patrick Starr voicing an interception. Oh, that was very fun.
All right, let's get to week 13 now. And as Bill Belichick has said, it's after Thanksgiving, so this is when real football begins. And thus, we're going to go ahead with the annual tradition of making sure the Cowboys don't lose or any advantage after Thanksgiving by having them host on Thursday night against the Seahawks. At least this time, it's another team that was on Thanksgiving. Okay, we then have the Chargers over the Patriots, Lions over the Saints, Jets over the Falcons, Steelers over the Cardinals, Buccaneers over the Panthers, Titans over the Colts, Dolphins over Jaguars, Broncos over Texans, Browns over Rams, Niners over Eagles. Sunday night game, Chiefs over Packers, and Monday nights we have Bengals over Jaguars. We got some people all alone on an island for a couple of these.
Yeah.
I mean,
No homer
none of
picks,
them
right,
really-
Mark?
Listen,
the Commander's the only one that really confuses me.
I don't think the Dolphins are going to be healthy by week 13. That's where that comes from.
That's that's fair.
That comes from a QB and maybe a wide receiver down out of action for at least a couple weeks in the middle of the season.
Yeah, okay.
And Commanders, I don't think they're going to get hurt because they don't really have any way to get hurt.
Well, they didn't last year, but they still found a way to do that.
I guess.
All right, and Holly for the Jags. We just thinking it's going to be Trevor Lawrence show.
I am, and I know that the Bengals, they sometimes can get a little overconfident. Joey Burrow can be slinging it all around and make a mistake or two that flips the whole game in the fourth quarter. So, home game Monday night.
You mean a team that lost to Cooper Rush can get away from its
Oh boy.
I expected us to get blown out that game. I can't believe we won.
I think that Joe Burrow is the only one in our division that has been intercepted twice in a season by TJ Watt. So,
Wow.
on the line, getting pulled down. So everybody's prone to making mistakes, and Bengals can't be perfect.
I mean,
At least in my brain.
Yeah, we all have like teams having weird wins every now and then, or ones where they shouldn't be the favorite but still manage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not that weird, honestly. Seahawks over Cowboys. Honestly, I can see that happening. That does sound likely, Johnny.
Yeah, I can see either team winning that. I just don't think we'll lose, but it could absolutely happen.
Got a lot of offensive weapons on the Seahawks as well.
Yeah.
And the
That's
other of the matchups here, people. Looking at.
I still want the Eagles to win.
You guys absolutely can. That one's a coin flip.
That'll also be another injury game, probably. On who's
Don't kill
who's
all
pure.
of their quarterbacks again. Right?
Listen, I mean, don't worry
Just
about
one. Just one. All right.
The Lions and the Saints one is kind of the toss up in my brain because they kind of both feel kind of in the same book. Like they're supposed to be good,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
but you got to prove it.
So I do know that apparently Debo is very much looking forward to that game. By the way.
Yeah. I'd imagine so.
A little upset about his quarterbacks going down.
Yeah.
I hear that from my sources at work who are all mostly Niners fans.
Let's see. There's a lot of these honestly do feel chocolate. It's hard to try to think of added things to talk about. I don't know. I guess like I'm assuming the choice for Mark and Johnny for Rams winning that matchup with the Browns is just either what is it, like low on the Browns, high on the Rams?
Both.
Yeah, I
think Rams are going to be better than people are saying they are. Not by a lot, but by
I think
enough.
the Rams have created their best players by this point.
I think it's just we'll see is the biggest thing because we don't know where these teams are going to be at that point in the season.
That's for so many of the teams this year. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like for so many of the teams, it's like there's so many moving pieces in the offseason. Very few are stayed mostly the same. And I think it's going to take a week or two to see, like, is it going to work or not for what they've tried to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on now to week 14.
Getting there.
Some more nice matchups here. We're getting closer. This is December by this point.
Mhm.
All right, Thursday nights we're opening with Steelers over Patriots. Then we move on to Falcons over Buccaneers, Ravens over Rams, Lions over Bears, Bengals over Colts, Jaguars over Browns, Saints over Panthers, Jets over Texans, Vikings over Raiders, 49ers over Seahawks, Chiefs over Bills, Chargers over Broncos, Eagles over Cowboys for Sunday. And then the 2 Monday night games, we have Dolphins over Titans and Giants over Packers.
So, had both the home teams winning those games, huh, Johnny?
Oh boy.
What do you want from me?
Oh boy.
I am hard at work today. I'm just going bam, 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 bam. Fucking Cowboys. Bam, 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 bam. No.
Oh, we could tell.
Shut up.
Yeah, I can tell.
Listen, here is the honest opinion. I want you guys to win. I want you guys in the playoffs. I just don't see it happening. I just see you guys regressing. I don't want it to happen. Truly don't want it to happen, but I just think you guys are going to start down tilting. I don't want it to happen, but I just see it happening.
Not the down B.
I could see like next year. I don't know about this year.
I think it's going to be a lot of actually relying on Jack at this point, and he's going to have to truly make plays. And history tells us that he's really good as a rookie, but when it comes to closer games,
I'm just saying,
he kind of
in the
folds.
span of his career, he leads the NFL in comeback wins.
Hey,
I'm
so does
just-
Derek Carr,
you know-
if that's what you're going for.
There you go.
Oh.
Carr's good. I don't know why people doesn't.
Yeah,
many
I mean,
people
he's
are
not
down.
terrible.
I don't know. It's not a
For
hating
Carr?
on Carr either.
No, I'm not saying hey. He's just like.
But it's
he's
like,
incredible.
you
Incredible.
may come back every single game you can, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to get over the hump at any time soon.
For Carr, I'm just worried that with how toxic of a situation it was with the Raiders with him, that some of that stuck with him.
Maybe
And
not.
I don't want him to be also problematic at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he'll
don't-
either
Even if
clear
it's
his brain and move forward with the right intentions, or allow it to bleed
Fester.
into new season.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there's a down, I don't think it'd be enough to knock us out of the playoffs when the NFC is just so weak.
Yeah.
True.
I still have the Cowboys making it at least to the wild card. So.
Yeah. I have the Cowboys making it to the conference championship and losing to the Niners, as is tradition.
Listen, that's an upgrade over the past like
Hey,
10
yeah,
years.
much better than before.
Oh, I guess 20 30 at this point.
All right. I also while remembering for the Thursday night game, I just defaulted to Bill Belichick versus a quarterback in their first 2 years.
No, that's
That's fair.
Every time with you, huh?
That's his thing. He's never lost.
Nate's
He-
like, statistics don't mean anything, but Bill Belichick.
Well,
I mean, certain statistics mean a lot. Some
Yeah.
are bullshit.
Nate's standing in front of the corkboard right now.
There's
trying to make
causation
sense.
versus correlation.
he is very good at beating young quarterbacks.
I know it was a
Wow.
long time ago, but
Okay,
I
shut
mean-
up, Johnny.
the rookie Ben Roethlisberger ended their 16-game winning streak or whatever they were on.
You
Gotta
know,
He is flawed.
I do also remember a young quarterback ending a Patriots winning streak, but who's to say whomst that was?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Well, but his defense did.
I'm sorry, you have to throw touchdowns to win games.
Here we go again.
I mean, I was the case in that Rams Patriots Super Bowl that no one liked.
I remember going to get Domino's for that week, and I came back home and I was like, I'm just gonna go play Xbox.
Yeah, that was
That
Super
shit
Bowl
was-
decision. That Super Bowl was terrible.
It would have been so much better if that call got reversed in the NFC title game.
Nope,
Saints win that easily.
nope. Great call.
God damn.
I get it, but like, come on.
You get what? What were we talking about?
You hate the Saints.
No, not that. The other thing. Call? Was there like a mobile issue?
All right, let's get to week 15 when college games are on break right now, so NFL gets to do some Saturday games again. We're going to go ahead with Thursday nights as the Chargers beat the Raiders. Then through the Saturday slots, we have Panthers over Falcons, Lions over Broncos, Bears over Browns, Bengals over Vikings. Next day, Steelers over Colts, Buccaneers over Packers, Dolphins over Jets, Saints over Giants, Titans over Texans, 49ers over Cardinals, Commanders over Rams, Bills over Cowboys, Eagles over Seahawks, Ravens over Jaguars on Sunday nights, and Chiefs over Patriots on Monday night. Hey, the Monday night one's unanimous at least.
Well, yeah. Believe it or not.
Just the Bears?
I don't see the Bears being able to beat the Browns on any day of the week.
Yeah.
Again, you got to take in consideration. We don't know where the league is going to be at that point.
The Bears are just obviously worse on all fronts.
I think that this week
had, like, a lot of changes for that to
This
happen.
week is in its own bubble compared to the rest of the season.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's fair.
A lot is going to be going wrong. People are going to have their heads in different spaces. They're going to have things messed up. I don't think this is going to be a normal week. And that reflects on a lot of my choices. This is the week that I chose for a lot of these teams that otherwise would go 0-17 to kind of figure something out.
Yeah, like you can fall into a win easily, but especially when teams are not in the right headspace or players are not in the right headspace.
That's why I went with the Colts this week. That's why I went with the Cardinals this week. That's why I went with the Bears this week, you know?
I mean, the Colts one's not too far-fetched.
I think that DJ Moore might have the same reaction to the Bears team as Christian McCaffrey did to the Niners. Like, someone that's really good and been proven to be really good is coming to you with all this knowledge. So that one was a toss-up, but obviously I'm biased against the Browns, so Bears won it.
That's fair.
Fair.
I thought I was going to be going into this as well, just because I want the karma to happen, but
They're unfortunately good on paper.
yeah. Let's see now. I'm trying to think why I picked Broncos over Lions. I think for me that was just like I expect the Broncos defense to somehow shut the Lions out. And that to be like a 12-3 win. Because the Broncos are never scoring more than 18 points in a game.
Their defense ruins games. I hate watching Broncos games. Like nothing happens.
All right, Jets over Dolphins for another only one side is on. Makes sense. Vikings over Bengals. Okay, that's just you believing Johnny. That's just you believing Jefferson over Jamar Chase, huh?
I believe the best LSU receiver is gonna win.
Yeah, that's what the Bengals do.
But one of them also has the best
Can't hear you, Nate.
LSU
I'm grittying
quarterback.
too loud. Can't hear you, Nate. I'm grittying too loud. Big Kirko, baby. Big Kirko.
It's kind of amazing that the same
Goddamn.
team has the best LSU quarterback and receiver. Huh.
Big Kirko. He's gonna have a rushing touchdown that game. They're gonna go up 17 points. He's gonna hit the gritty, and then halftime's gonna happen, and Johnny blacks out, and we don't know who actually.
I see you're also alone for Jaguars beating the Ravens.
It's a weird one, but I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I'm not too
I don't
weirded
see
out
it
by
being
that
the
one, honestly.
weirdest thing.
I don't really see it.
I can see Trevor Lawrence having a good game. Trevor Lawrence, I think, I'm gonna make a bold claim here. Trevor Lawrence is gonna be in the top 5 MVP voting this year.
I see it.
Yeah, I actually that. Like any issues I have with the
Hmm.
Jaguars is not because of the quarterback. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good year.
Yeah.
Everyone else on that team will let him down.
I don't want to see regression from that man. I just hope he does well.
It's
think
not
that-
him. I don't think we're going to from him. Again, like Nate was saying, it's going to be, if there's a regression, it's going to be around him.
Yeah, I think the O-line would be the thing that would crumble to kind of... That's honestly the biggest worry for those high-profile quarterbacks that don't have that established line is that they're just going to get hit in like week 3 and not be able to play the rest of the season.
Also, just Lamar in that offense against their defense.
That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a throttling.
It's either gonna be high scoring or Ravens are gonna blow them out.
I hope high scoring just because it's a prime
Yeah,
time game.
Oh yeah, I'd love
That's
that.
fair.
All right, let's go ahead and check out Week 16. We're getting close to the end, and teams are making their pushes into playoff positions very seriously now. We're beginning on Thursday night with the Saints and the Rams. A couple of Saturday games. I don't remember these are actual ones or just what I thought would be the most interesting ones at the time. Steelers over Bengals, Chargers over Bills. Going to Sunday, we have Falcons over Colts, Panthers over Packers, Browns over Texans, Vikings over Lions, Jets over Commanders, Seahawks over Titans, Jaguars over Buccaneers, Bears over Cardinals, Cowboys over Dolphins. Then we go to Sunday night with Broncos over Patriots. And then sort of 3 Monday games, noon, midday, and then evening, we have Chiefs over Raiders, Eagles over Giants, and Ravens over 49ers. I'm not going to be too upset with the Raiders over Chiefs because the Raiders play the Chiefs too well. I don't know why.
No.
Exactly.
It's divisional.
It's just so dumb. I can't go for it.
Here's the thing. Here's what's gonna happen again. The Raiders are gonna hey, let's go to midfield and mock you. And then the Chiefs are gonna be like, okay, hold everything. We're gonna unleash the fear of God into you again. And then you humble them again. And then you go into their and then you go into their stadium, call a bullshit ring around the rosy play while you're beating them.
Well, they have played them well recent history. Last year they didn't even show up against the Chiefs. To be fair, the Chiefs scored over 90 points between those 2 games against the Raiders. It was gross. It's just they had practice against the Raiders effectively.
Every year it blows my mind to see a 3-10 team go into a game against the Chiefs and win. It happens every year, and so it's Raiders.
It's just always those teams where you're trying to overlook this other team because there's tougher opponents afterwards, and you just get too distracted.
Late in the season, yeah.
Next week. Okay, yeah, that actually might happen because they'd be facing the Bengals next.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that might happen for sure.
I will say thank you to everyone who picked the Cowboys. I'm not as confident, but I can see that.
Hey, believe it or not, Johnny didn't.
No, it's one where I'm not upset about
What do you want from me at this point? They can't win them all, Marv.
You have 1 week where they do win any?
Yeah.
Are they your 0-17 team out of nowhere?
No, it's obviously the Raiders.
But it's in Miami, so I can see us losing. That's the main reason why I picked the Dolphins.
I like Miami, all right?
Purely because it's going to be in Miami, and it's so hard to win in Miami for some reason.
Yeah, true. Especially for Patriots and Bills.
Yeah, especially the Patriots.
I don't know, man. Ever since I saw Mac Jones kick that guy in the crotch with the cleat on, my Patriots outcome has gone.
Also, I will state now that I just realized this. The Cowboys going 11-6. All right, you guys win.
It's a tough 6 though that you're picking.
Yeah, it's the 6 that you chose.
Okay. Hear me out though. They go 11-6 and they go 4-2 in the division. What do you want?
We've had to call you out 4 times already for your loss.
11-6, 4-2. They beat you guys and they beat the other 2 teams at least once.
Which was your ridiculous one.
You had them winning both of the Eagles games.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, the Eagles won for him. That's what I said.
Yeah, they beat the Commanders twice. They beat you guys once. And,
You mean no times? We beat the. You had us losing both of them.
Oh no, yeah, no. So, no, I think I actually threw you guys a game. I don't know.
Threw him a game? That's not how this works, buddy.
So, Shiloh, was your pick for the Colts beating the Falcons' revenge against Johnny?
No, they're just the better team to me.
I
want the Falcons to do better. I need to see it first.
That again, then I understand that entirely is the biggest thing. I don't see us being good, but I want us to be good.
I am
Yeah, exactly.
so low on the Colts this year. So low on them.
I think if you just go back 2 years and then compare it with last year, you can probably find them somewhere in the middle, maybe, because it's just they're two different teams those last 2 years. It's weird. The Colts are a weird one.
I know.
Yeah, I think there's just so much drama going around with their upper office right now that it's gonna reflect on the team.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Spending all that money on a whale instead of a running back. When
Yeah, that
you're
one I don't.
Yeah.
GM.
You know that one.
Yeah, that will.
Again, I want that.
Anyways, second week, the last week of the season here, as we're going with Thursday nights, the Christmas game. We have Jets over Browns. Going to Saturday nights, Cowboys over Lions. We then have Dolphins over Ravens, Bills over Patriots, Falcons over Bears, Titans over Texans, Colts over Raiders, Jaguars over Panthers, Giants over Rams, Eagles over Cardinals, Buccaneers over Saints, 49ers over Commanders, Seahawks over Steelers, Chargers over Broncos, Chiefs over Bengals, and Packers over Vikings.
I think there's only looks like 2 games where there's one of us alone on an island,
Oh.
and
Yeah, like 3 it looks like actually, but 2 people.
3?
Yeah, Holly is alone with
Solo island.
Rams over Giants and Saints
Oh,
over
okay.
Buccaneers.
I see it now. I mean, I hope that happens. Not fun.
I'm much more confident in the Saints over Bucks than the Rams over the Giants.
Oh, and I just that Jets Brown was a weird one to call because it both hinges on how their quarterbacks do this year.
Honestly, for me, I kept flip-flopping on that one because I was thinking about the battle on the trenches for that. Because I think the Browns' pass rush is better than the Jets' offensive line, but the Jets also have a really good pass rush, which is equal to the Browns' offensive line.
I think it's just I think it came to I guess down to comparing their weapons for me. It's like
I'm
taking
better than Amari Cooper.
Yeah. What? I don't know if I agree with that one. But you both of their main wide receivers compared against each other, I take the Browns there. The Browns have the better running back. Potentially the better quarterback. That one's a really weird one. I don't know. But I think just the skill position, they got a better tight end. All the skill positions, I think the Browns take it.
I think I also just, like I said, I just flip-flopped that. And being someone who's grown up watching Browns games, just being like, all right, I just expect this to be a letdown game for sure.
That's fair.
And we are very split on a lot of these too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think especially for week 18, but for week 17 as well, you're getting to the place where some teams have already clinched. They don't really care. Some teams are playing for the draft at that point. So I think a lot of the logic for the rest of the season goes out the window a little bit, and there's more leeway.
Yeah, by all means, some of these teams I had putting extra effort in because they actually would have chance at the #1 seeding, or are being close races in the division, and they try to get that extra push. I think that's what a lot of us did.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you finally have the Vikings winning their primetime game this week.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Let's
we're the
go!
Packers.
I don't think they beat the Packers at all.
Honestly, it's the Packers, one of those teams where if they're good, it's not going to surprise me. If they're bad, it's not going to surprise me.
Yeah,
It's just-
absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone actually knows what to expect of the Packers.
Yeah. Whatever happens with that team. I'm just going to accept it.
Mhm.
Because
It's honestly,
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be nice to watch the game and not know what to expect. Because before we always would just be like, okay, they're gonna run it a bunch, they're gonna do a quick pass, and then they're gonna bomb it with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm excited to see how they change their scheme with Jordan Love, or if they even do it all.
You forgot the part where they conveniently forget to call holding on the Packers offensive line.
If they
boy.
find another generational
mean-
quarterback, again, I'm going to be a little upset.
Right.
Oh,
Back
the
to
person
back to
who's
back.
compared to Mahomes. I mean, every quarterback with arms is being compared to Mahomes now.
Yeah. but Mahomes is different. But
Yeah, you can be like Mahomes-like in a certain couple of plays, but I don't think there's anybody like Mahomes.
Remember when
But
Zach
it's
Wilson was called
also-
Mormon Mahomes?
There's no place like Mahomes. There's no.
But it's
place
also
like
one of
Mahomes.
those things where Mahomes has had Andy Reid as well, which is a big
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
All right, let's go ahead and finish with the last week of the season now. Oh, here we go. Real football is actually about to begin again. As we have, I forgot some commas in this. We have Jets over Patriots, Bengals over Browns, Seahawks over Cardinals, Ravens over Steelers, Buccaneers over Panthers, Lions over Vikings, Bears over Packers, Colts over Texans, Chiefs over Chargers, Raiders over Broncos, Saints over Falcons, Eagles over Giants, 49ers over Rams, Jaguars over Titans, Cowboys over Commanders, and Dolphins over Bills.
I have a quick question. This is completely irrelevant. Marv, who's team placeholder?
That's me.
You're the
Oh.
first pick, by the way.
Fucking damn it!
Oh, where
It
am I?
is team placeholder Lamar something, me, Destroyers, Benchwarmers, Mr. Steal Your Girl, Jamar Chase, Marv, Kaylee, and then
Does anyone want the first pick?
I'm in the last half like I thought I would be.
Fear the Revolver. Kai is the last pick.
I
Actually,
don't.
the
I
worst part
don't
of the
want
last
this
half
pick.
too.
Take it away from me.
No, I'm sorry.
Anyways,
Dusty.
we have 4 minutes to talk about this last week still.
I think no matter how this week goes, I think a lot of teams will have given up on both sides. You're gonna be resting a lot of teams that are in the playoffs, and that 1 or 2 slots you can move up in the draft, they're gonna throw the game entirely.
Like,
Because I know the last week it'll be like this is happening or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like that final Bears game where they could have got the number 1 pick. Oh, they did pick move up in the draft because of that. Oh boy. Anyways, but yeah, this is gonna be a weird one. I feel like. Jeez. Yeah, this is definitely gonna not be anywhere close to reality, most likely. I mean, we're gonna be lucky if we're 50-50 on this stuff, to be fair, but Week 18 is just gonna be the weirdest one because you're always gonna also have that team like what the Lions did last season, where it's the team that doesn't have anything to play for, facing against a team that's trying to make that playoff push, just needs that win, and that playoff-ready team loses instead.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's all over the place.
I had a beard hair in my mouth right there.
You're good. You're good.
Logic does not apply to Week 18.
No,
It
but-
really does.
There's no mathematical models you could possibly ever use to predict Week 18 before the season starts.
Agreed. It's going to be rest, relaxation for a lot of teams, and probably one really good game of football for the 1 or 2 games of trying to get in the playoffs still. But if it's not all said and done by then, it's going to be a lot of throwing by teams that are just trying to move up a few spots in the draft.
Yep.
You also have like quite a few of these games that are gonna be like division. Like this is where the division will fall. You know,
Right.
like you got both of the AFC North games. Honestly, you've got Chiefs, Chargers. We got Lions and Vikings. Fuck it, who knows? Maybe Texans and Colts. I don't think so. But like, fuck.
God, those AFC North matchups might be not just to determine the pecking order, but who gets first in that division, honestly.
Yeah.
It could really decide who gets 5th, 6th, and 7th, and then who's kicked out of
Honestly.
it, like 2 games.
God.
Like, I know
Honestly,
from my,
yeah.
I know from my personal predictions, I had the Steelers at the bottom of the division with 11 wins. And it's like, I can't see the Steelers at the bottom of this division ever. What? I mean,
11
it's when they have 11 wins. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Browns in that spot for me. And then
Yeah.
like, the Steelers in like 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember which one.
I had the Browns at the bottom with 10 wins, so I'm like,
Yeah.
That's not even at
Dang.
the bottom either. That's really good.
yeah, I mean, like, with my personal predictions, I ended up having, like, on the AFC side of things, teams with the 11 wins, like the Steelers, and I believe the Chargers for me as well, not be getting into the playoffs.
Mhm.
And on the NFC side, I had 2 teams with 8-9 records get in.
God.
So crazy.
Oh, jeez. I know we ended up talking more about out of the playoff side of things than we did actually with this, so I don't know. Let's just move on to the playoffs.
We can go through it real quick.
Playoffs.
Playoff.
Playoffs.
Let me go ahead and adjust my screen real quick. Here we go. Okay. Is it better? Why are you so far apart here? Oh. Multiple windows, both sides. Here we go. This works. Okay, let's just do this. Sorry, I ended up having some time to adjust it. Okay.
You're good.
For our playoff matchups, we have on the AFC side the Jaguars hosting the Ravens, the Bengals hosting the Chargers, the Bills hosting the Dolphins. On the NFC side, we have the Saints hosting the Cowboys, the Lions hosting the Seahawks, and the Eagles hosting the Vikings. On the other side of things, just to get the records for every team real quick, Chiefs 16-1, Chargers 13-4, Broncos 6-11, Raiders 1-16, Bills 14-3, Dolphins 12-5, Jets 11-6 and out of the playoffs. Patriots 3-14, Bengals 13-4, Ravens 13-4, Steelers 12-5, Browns 8-9, Jaguars 11-6, Titans 7-10, Colts 5-12, Texans 1-16. I think we're all higher on the Texans than that record shows, by the way. Niners 14-3, Seahawks 11-6, Rams 2-15, Cardinals 0-17, Eagles 14-3, Cowboys 11-6, Giants 7-10, Commanders 4-13, Lions 11-6, Vikings 10-7, Packers 6-11, Bears 6-11, Saints 11-6, Buccaneers 8-9, Falcons 6-11, Panthers 5-12. But yeah, with these playoff matchups, how do we all feel about some of these teams? We got like minutes to go ahead and talk about this. I'll put the 5 minutes on the clock.
I didn't project a lot of these matchups, so it's interesting seeing them laid out like this.
I think that out of all the ones that makes me laugh the most, just seeing that it's there, is once again we are getting Eagles Vikings.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
I think
that
you
was
guys, win that easily.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Eagles
I
have
think
that
so.
one.
Yeah, Eagles definitely win that.
Do we want to go with Eagles on that?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we can go and Eagles on that.
All right. Ravens and Jaguars. I just keep thinking about the first 2 times for Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. One was bad weather, so it's whatever, but still. That is also the Jaguars, who could not be the same level as the Ravens, but who knows?
To be fair, the Jags do have a very good playoff win.
Against the
The biggest
Chargers,
thing.
though, that doesn't count.
No, you're gonna not say that comeback counts.
It was against the Chargers. The Chargers are cursed.
You're no.
To be fair, Nate, this is coming from a Falcons fan. He would know.
Ooh.
That's the biggest thing is do not count the grit and grind of getting back in that game and losing your stadium and then regaining it all at once. Is the biggest thing.
Do we
It's
want
also one of those things where Lamar hasn't had playoff experience in a while as well.
He's always been injured.
He's always been injured.
Jaguars
so-
at home though, so I mean.
Even then, it's like for me, it's like the matchup of like the offenses and defense. I mean, Lamar's the game, I guess, but like Lamar against the Jaguars defense is way better for the Ravens than like Lawrence against the Ravens defense, because the Ravens are going to have possibly one of the best defenses in the league if they stay healthy. The Jags not so much.
All right, we have like less than 3 minutes to go. Who says Jags on this one? All right, let's go ahead with the Ravens then.
Yep.
All right, Bengals, Chargers.
Bengals.
Oh, that's the
Bengals.
hardest one.
Bengals.
I can't do Bengals on
I'm
this.
picking Bengals.
I pick
I'm
Bengals.
going Chargers.
I'm
There we
also
go.
going Chargers, but consensus is Bengals then.
Yeah.
I mean, That should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to watching that.
Best one of the weekend.
Yeah. Jeez. Dolphins and Bills. Oh boy,
Bills.
that just depends on. The Dolphins
Bills.
have Jalen Ramsey back by this point.
Bills.
Bills.
Dolphins aren't healthy.
Yeah.
Even if
I'd
they
pick
are
the Bills
healthy,
too,
I think
honestly.
the Bills in the first round it's almost a lock.
I think I know the consensus of where this playoff is going to go for me in Shiloh when it comes to the Bills game. So it's always just going to be that third person.
Yeah, I think we had 3 people say Bills there. Holly, did you have anything?
I say Bills.
Okay.
The Dolphins have Jalen Ramsey, but I think Jordan Poyer being in the system for longer is gonna make more plays.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know, I'll save one of these games for later. Let's do Seahawks and Lions first.
Lions. I think it's finally going to come together for them this year.
Over 30 years without a playoff win. And I'd say they finally get theirs on this one too.
I'm going Seahawks.
I'm saying Lions.
Yeah, we got
Lions.
4-1 with Lions. Which gives us a
That's fair.
minute to talk about Cowboys, Saints, and depth.
I don't know if we need that time.
I don't want this decision.
It's the Cowboys.
I need one of you to take the shot. I can't.
Cowboys.
I mean, yeah, I just also think more than anything,
This is
if
gonna-
something a matchup. This is going to be Micah Parsons bowling Derek Carr.
This is also
Yeah.
going to be like the Saints are going to be paying for their easy schedule in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vote Cowboys on this.
Okay, good. I don't have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to say Saints, huh?
No, I don't have
Okay.
to make a decision. My vote doesn't matter.
All right, we got a little bit more leeway on time, so let's just kind of like go with this. We have Bills hosting the Bengals, Chiefs hosting the Ravens, Eagles hosting the Lions, and the 49ers hosting the Cowboys.
Oh boy.
Where do you want to start, Nate?
This
Save
is
that
fuck. Which one's the? You know what? This might be the less contentious and easier pick. Eagles and Lions.
Eagles.
Eagles.
I don't want it, but Eagles.
Yeah.
I
Congrats,
Yeah,
Lions. You finally
If-
made it this far.
if the Lions win, oh my god! But I think it's the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? Chiefs and Ravens.
Kansas City.
As much as I
Yeah.
want the Ravens here, against a team like the Chiefs, Lamar doesn't have the experience he would need to win that. I think. So
I also
Chiefs.
think Lamar and the Ravens are going to be kind of out of steam at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing
They got a
against,
tough stretch.
playing against Kansas City after Kansas City has had their bye,
And
they're gonna have to score every time the Chiefs
And
score.
Kansas
I
City's
just
at
don't think-
home.
I don't think.
What? Yeah. Oh, wish of these other. There's the other one that's. This is the one that's easier to think of between these two picks: Cowboys and Niners.
Niners.
That was
I have
quick, Jimmy.
Niners as well because that's what I have going on in my own predictions.
I think the Niners win, but I'm gonna say Cowboys just like because they can win. Will they? I don't think they will, but so I'll say Cowboys anyway though. Fuck it.
I'll say Niners.
Fuck
Yeah.
it, I'll say Cowboys.
No.
It's still 3-2 Niners.
I
So.
know.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
it's
why
just
Holly
nice
could
for the
do that.
Cowboys to make it to the conference championship.
Woohoo!
I think that
There's not the
Dak,
conference championship
Prescott,
divisional round. Sorry.
Dak and Josh Allen are kind of in the same boat where they are really good when they are really good, but they they were the reason that their team lost at least 2 or 3 games last year. So if they can hold it together, I think Dak and their defense can take them on.
And now for what seems to be the toughest game for the the Bengals and Bills.
Bills.
Bengals.
Oh boy, I'll save mine for last.
So don't
say-
you have the Bills winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I'd
but
rather
if
say Bills.
this is the match we get, it's like such a coin flip. But it's like, it's also because I want to see like Chiefs and Bengals for a specific reason. Oh, but I think it's so tough. But I think the Bengals.
I want to see
I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
I want to see Bills Chiefs rematch again.
All right.
I am going Bills.
That's Bills then.
Well, then my vote doesn't matter. I was picking Bengals.
Wow.
I think Joe Burrow is better than Josh Allen by
Yes.
some small degree. They're
I don't know
both
that.
He's
top
proved
5
himself.
quarterbacks.
It's hard.
That's a take.
That's not
I
a
don't
that's
agree.
not a take at all. That's a
I think-
I don't agree.
consensus. All right, now in the conference championships, we have the Chiefs versus Bills and Niners versus Eagles. Let's go ahead and start on the AFC side of things.
I just want to point out that if this was Bengals Chiefs, we get a little bit of revenge. We do get Burrowhead, but I'm gonna go Chiefs on this. Or actually, no. I think the Bills can finally put it together. If they get to this point, they're finally able to put it together.
I think they're the Cinderella team, the Bills.
Lake Erie
Yeah.
represent Bills.
I do agree. I think that I don't love seeing teams go back to back to the Super Bowl. I like seeing a little. I mean, unless it's my own, of course.
Yeah,
It's gonna be with everybody
year
as
at that
well.
point.
Yeah.
So like, I like to see a little bit of variety. I like to see Pat Mahomes under the spotlights, but I'd much rather see how the Bills team handles a game like that.
I'm not that it matters, but I'm going for Kansas City.
I mean, part of that is also just like the astronomically low odds of back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, as well as the matchups, which I feel like some people are going to try to get to. As we move to the NFC side, I'll just be upfront just because of that difficulty to go back-to-back, and I'm going with the Niners.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
We all know who I'm picking, but I feel like I'm gonna just talk about it anyway. The Niners, absolutely. As long as all of their quarterbacks don't die again at the hands of like a Reddick or whoever it was, they get their revenge. They win.
I believe the 49ers should win, but it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles.
One of those two defenses took even if it's a small step. Only one of those two defenses took a step back. Wasn't San Francisco.
It's gonna come down to Holly at this point.
I know. I was like, should I wait and be the last
Special
one?
guest.
You are the last one.
Thank you for the tiebreaker.
Of course.
They gotta be the Eagles.
Am I gonna gain a friend in Marf or lose a friend? I'm just kidding. I think the Eagles got it. I thought they were gonna take it last year. I thought they were gonna win over the Chiefs. So put the money back. I want them to win a ring for their center, which is the weirdest thing to say. For
It
I
is,
want Jason
honestly.
Kelsey,
Go,
to
Kelsey.
get another ring.
I do need to actually check out that Kelsey Brothers podcast. Here, it's pretty good.
I want to. They
I
did
I see it a lot on
documentary.
TikTok. Yeah. Oh yeah, the other documentary came out too. Yeah.
I get YouTube shorts.
And our
So,
Super Bowl
Brian,
matchup.
sorry about this. Brian's trying to figure out how the Jets can slip in Super Bowl champs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that fine too. Eagles and Bills.
I think this is an easier matchup for the Eagles than the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, I actually think the Eagles would be able to beat the Bills in this matchup.
A lot of broken tables, a lot of broken bodies.
A lot of broken hearts.
Yeah,
This would be a really gritty match.
The ghost of Jim Kelly, he's not dead. The ghost of Jim Kelly gets them the win.
I'm honestly gonna say the Bills over the Eagles at the end because of how competitive the AFC is. I think they're
Yeah.
just gonna have that little bit of competitive edge.
I will also take the
Respectfully, boo.
Bills.
All right, so do we actually have 3 Eagles and 2 Bills?
Bulls. 3. Well,
Or is that 3 Bills, 2 Eagles? Sorry.
Holly, you went Bills. I went Bills and Charlotte went Bills.
Okay, so we actually have the Bills winning at the end.
Listen, I'll take the bragging rights when I have the better record at the end of the season for our predictions.
Well, that'll be
I'll do it.
going to me actually. No, I'll
I'll
be
do
on
it.
it. I'll be
Don't
happy
worry about
I
to
would-
be above 500.
Honestly, I really wish I'll even fall on this. I really just hope every prediction I made is wrong. I think it'd be hilarious. The impossible dream has come true. I picked completely wrong.
All right,
the
hey, let's,
inverse bracket.
Since we have some time to spare, let's go ahead and do some quick hits too for the major awards. Coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Ooh.
Uh,
Trying to run through the
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton.
Not with the
That's it.
record we gave the Broncos.
Sean Payton for showing
One
up
win
every
better
day.
than last year.
For not being
Who won
arrested
the
by the
whole
end of the
match?
season.
Lions coach
Yeah, Dan Campbell.
Dan
Did he
Campbell.
win last year?
No.
Did he?
No,
he might
last
have.
year was Brian Dable.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dan-
yeah,
Dan
if
Campbell
not, yeah,
was
Dan Campbell.
something.
Dan
Absolutely.
Campbell. Yeah.
He's so fun to watch, coach.
I think it's going to be between him and Mike Tomlin, just because Mike Tomlin deserves that award sometime.
He's a magician.
Oh,
with the
man.
fact that he's never had a losing season.
God.
I'm not going to say comeback player of the year. That's going to be Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, for even getting back on the field. We could do offensive player of the year.
Okay. Oh man, that's a tough one.
They usually come. Well, last year who won offensive player?
Jefferson did.
Oh,
Back
that's
to back, baby.
right.
Noise offensive player of the year for the NFC? Or what?
Is it
It's-
NFC, AFC, or just
no,
one
it's
overall?
We're going with.
Oh.
I think there's one for each.
I mean, oh yeah. Yeah, let's go AFC and NFC then.
Give me Trevor Lawrence, AFC player of the year.
Yeah, I see that one. I think that one.
I'd see NFC.
I'm curious to know what you guys think. Like the obvious one will be, and then not the obvious one, like a player that wasn't in contention last year.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown's not a bad idea. He
It's
balled
not.
out last year.
I say
don't-
GP, George Pickens.
Ooh,
fair.
I want to see.
I can
Pickens
see
go
that for the
off
AFC,
this year.
absolutely.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll say AFC George Pickens and NFC AJ Brown.
Yeah, I can see that. Honestly.
Yeah, get
You know
some
what?
receiver love.
NFC player
Get
of
these
the
young
year,
guys
fuck
in
it.
there.
Fuck it. Geno
Alright.
Smith.
It's possible.
Overall offensive rookie of the year now.
Offensive.
Ooh.
That's so hard. Preseason.
NFC, I'm going
No, overall,
Absolutely,
this is not split.
overall. Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah, either way, I guess I'm still going Jordan Addison.
I'm going Anthony Richardson.
I can see it. It's just for me, it's because the Addison's going to slot right into the wide receiver spot, and they're going to be on Jefferson so much. He's going to get a lot of looks.
Our boy in the backfield in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's a great bet there too, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I can see
Bijan.
Stroud backs.
I think I'm also on Richardson.
Honestly, Dalton Kincaid could make a really good name for himself with
from the
Josh
Bills?
Allen thrown to him.
God,
Yeah.
that is such a fucking football name. Oh my god.
Right?
Oh, you mean like Mookie Betts for baseball?
Yeah.
Right.
If you can have a name that matches the sport you play, you're doing the right thing in life. It's one of those things where I wish Colt McCoy would have been the greatest quarterback of all time.
The one thing I will say about the Kincaid thing, though, is as a Dawson Knox owner in fantasy, they don't like their tight ends in Buffalo.
Yeah.
No,
I picked him up
that's-
last year.
That's true. Dawson Knox will have like one or two good weeks, and they're like, "Don't worry, he's gonna get more involved." And then he's like, they just kind of
Yep.
forget Dawson exists.
About that.
Hey, can I say
Sure.
that I'm glad that we're doing the offensive and defensive players split between conferences, because this defensive player is so much easier for me this side now. AFC Myles Garrett finally, and NFC Micah Parsons.
I agree with you on the NFC. I can see the AFC as well. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see it go to TJ Watt again.
If he stays healthy, he could.
I'm just expecting Myles Garrett to be with actual
And-
support.
You know,
I don't know. Sorry,
No.
go ahead.
NFC Defensive Player of the Year gave me, was it Frank Warner on the 49ers? I
Fred
believe
Warner.
he's the Fred Warner.
Warner.
Yeah, give Fred Warner. I think he's going to make the biggest step forward for that defense, even though the defense is already
I can see it, yeah.
good. And AFC, TJ again.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I don't know if you guys are Pat McAfee show watchers, but he was on their show, and Pat offered to donate $500,000 to a charity of his choice if he breaks his sack record. So he's got a little,
Okay, well, now I
little
want-
motivation.
Yeah.
No, I want to see it.
Mark, what were your picks, by the way?
I mean TJ Watt. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say Darius Slay.
Get some corner love.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Tough for a quarterback to
I'm
win
gonna
this
see-
award.
Gonna see some picks there.
What year is Slayin?
11 years.
Wow.
Dang.
He's 32.
That's some work. That's consistency.
Defensive
So-
rookie overall. This is tougher, honestly.
Hmm.
I'm wanting to say Will Anderson to make, but I actually think Christian Gonzalez because perfect fit for Belichick.
It went to a corner last year. I could see it going to one of the top 5 this year.
Yeah. So it's defensive rookies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm forgetting who's drafted. Honestly, as much as it would pain me, I can absolutely see it going to Carter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I could see that.
That would kill me, but like, you guys could absolutely have that happen.
I think a sleeper candidate for me is actually in my division. It's not the Steelers. I'm looking at Miles Murphy on the
Ooh.
Bengals as an edge.
I
They
think
don't
he can
really-
make an impact very quickly if given the
They don't-
opportunity.
They don't have a ton of really like solid guys in that role like the Steelers and the Browns and the Ravens have. So
Another AFC North player that would be honestly a good pick is that cornerback you just picked, Joey Porter.
JPJ, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
get a little family love.
Mark?
God,
Again, believe it or not, I'm going with an Eagle player. I'm gonna go Jalen Carter.
I could see it, absolutely.
Any of the Georgia players?
Why would I not pick
Anyone.
Jalen Carter? I'll be honest.
You mean the Georgia Eagles?
Yeah.
You guys drafted so well. I'll be honest.
Just wait till somehow next year they get that superstar tight end prospect, Brock
That's
Bowers.
what we're waiting for.
Fucking love
We need a
Bowers.
tight end badly. We're
I'm
struggling now.
glad we took
Can we get the old Howie back?
we got the O lineman from Georgia and their best blocking tight end. So I'm like, well, they've been training against the Eagles' defensive line all these last couple of years.
Final
Who's
award
gonna have the better
prediction,
side?
Mhm.
MVP.
Oh, God. Fuck.
Jalen
This record
Hurts.
is gonna be the record we gave. It's gonna be Mahomes. Honestly, my
Jalen
actual
Hurts.
prediction. Oh,
You know what? I'm gonna go a little bold here. It's not too bold, but
Say
it's
it.
gonna be an AFC West quarterback.
Say
It
it.
just will not be Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Justin Herbert.
What if
Nope.
it's Jimmy G?
I am going
Oh, boy.
with the easier pick, probably top 3 most handsome players in the league.
Joe Burrow.
Joe fucking Burrow, Joe Shiesty.
I think
Where are you
Joe
going with
Burrow
that?
too.
Quarterback in that draft.
Just because I would be Mahomes, but it's gonna be fatigue holding for him that takes him out.
The thing
Yeah.
about Joe Burrow is that like you usually like because most of the quarterbacks that I've had to go against with the Steelers I hate, but I don't hate Joe Burrow, and that pisses me off. Because
So
he's a
you
good
hate that
guy.
you don't hate him.
And it's also one of the thing is the biggest thing we could do as a prediction here is just pick a player who's not a quarterback and they win it.
Yeah.
And that's not gonna happen.
No, it's
Highly
it's
likely.
more often than not, unless it hasn't gone to someone who isn't a quarterback. I don't
If-
remember how long.
If it wasn't Jefferson last year, it's not gonna happen. So
I know.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing in the world. It's like if you couldn't give it to Jefferson, but you gave him the NFC Offensive Player of the Year, you're not gonna get it to anyone else, which is like the shittiest thing.
I hate that. They should all just be split into positions.
Also, it was Adrian Peterson who was the last non-quarterback MVP.
That
I
makes sense,
believe.
yeah.
That feels so long ago.
A little bit. It wasn't, but a little bit.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, they'll go ahead and
2012.
be it for our predictions.
Jesus fucking
Woo.
Christ,
It's been
Holly.
11 years.
Ah.
Thank you all for coming to join me for this, and for
Yeah.
everyone who's watching as well to see that we are making the most accurate prediction that's ever going to be. We're going to make sure to put all of our money. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about gambling on Twitch. Oops. On the
No.
Bills winning. Don't worry.
I-
I'm putting
I-
my Monopoly
I
money.
won't.
There's nothing real about it. Don't mind me opening up
in-game,
Caesar's
in-game
Sportsbook
Twitch,
right now.
in-game.
In game. In Madden.
In Madden, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We're talking about
In- In Madden.
Yeah. See if you guys got it. We're good.
Sophie. Oh.
Oh.
All right, let's.
All right, but yeah, that'll be it.
Alright.
Thank you all again for joining. And
Thanks
thank you
for
YouTube
watching.
watching. Hope
Thank
you all have a
you
fantastic
for
day.
having
Thanks
us.
for watching. Thanks for having us.
Bye.